Good morning, everyone. The Delaware County Commissioner meeting for December 2nd, 2021 is now in session. Would you stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Again, good morning, everyone. I'm Gary Merrill, President of the Board. To my left is Vice President Barb Lewis, and to my right is fellow Commissioner Jeff Benton. Our Administrator, I can pronounce you that way this morning, Tracy Davies, is with us today, and Don Houston is not with us today. And of course, our clerks, Sarah and Jennifer, and with that, let's begin.
Resolution number 21-1165. In the matter of approving the electronic record of proceedings from regular meeting held November 29th, 2021.
So move.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Discussion. Vote.
Vote on motion 21-1165. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
We have no public comment this morning. Resolution number 21-1166. In the matter of approving purchase orders, then and now certificates and payments of warrants and batch number CMA PR 1201.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Discussion. Vote.
Vote on motion 21-1166. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Resolution number 21-1167, and the matter of a stock request from Powell 76 LLC and forwarding to the Ohio Division of Liquor Control with no objections and no request for a hearing.
So move.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Discussion. Vote.
Vote on motion 21-1167. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Resolution number 21-1168, and the matter of establishing meeting days for the Board of Commissioners for year 2022 or until otherwise changed by board adoption.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Discussion. Only thing I have to say, this year went awful fast, didn't it?
Oh, boy.
With that, I call for the vote.
Vote on motion 21-1168. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Resolution number 21-1169. And the matter of establishing a reasonable method whereby the public may determine the time and place of all regularly scheduled meetings of the board and the time, place, and purpose of all special and emergency meetings of the board.
So move.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Discussion. Vote.
Vote on motion 21-1169. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Resolution number 1170. In the matter of canceling the Commissioner's session scheduled for Monday, January 3rd, 2022, Thursday, January 6th, 2022, and Monday, January 10th, 2022.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Discussion. Vote.
Vote on motion 21-1170. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
We now have an update from Tim Wilson, the Delaware County Convention and Visitors Bureau.
Good morning, Tim.
Good morning, Commissioners. Should brought a hard copy. Just in case we had any more additional AV issues. You can't see what I've got on the screen on yours?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Okay. So, thank you for giving me a minute today. So we've wrapped up the Polaris campaign that we started kind of in the second quarter, kind of rolled into a little bit of third, regarding some of the problems we'd seen earlier in the year. I'll get to those stats here in a second. What I've got on the screen now is the result of community enhancement, some funds that we were able to set up the travel kiosk at Polaris. This is in the main atrium the front door as you walk in. We were able to distribute probably a little over 10,000 articles of tourist information in the first month. So it's been very well received. Thanks to Jane Hawes and the communications for allowing us to use the video. As you can see, you may recognize that video. That's the one we've been shown at the State of the County last year. So that's running right now. We're continuing to add to that. We'll add some more interactivity, but so far it's been a great success. All right. And did you give them their copies? Okay. All right. So as you remember, we rolled into this campaign. I wanted to help kind of highlight some of the positives of Polaris and shopping in Delaware County. As you can see by these numbers, we reached a little over 1.5 million people with this project, 150,000 engagements, and this is just off of our social media efforts in general. This doesn't necessarily include all the bloggers and the travel influencers that visit us as well. So we would consider this very successful. Our social media actually led the way in link clicks to Polaris Fashion Place's website throughout this campaign. So we were reaching customers, and those customers are actually, in the end, were reaching the mall, which is obviously where we wanted to go with this. A few examples. Like I said, we started on June 15. We had many lifestyle bloggers. We were able to put those together with some, create some itineraries for those folks. Let's see, get to it. I apologize. I'll skip the video today because that's going to take time and probably crash the thing again. Just some samples of Facebook and Instagram marketing that we were doing for the mall and the Polaris area as far as that's concerned as well. We were working the outskirts around. So in all, I'd say there's some of the bloggers that we engaged. So I'd say all in all, we had a great campaign. We certainly appreciate your support. We're very excited to see sales for 21 so far are even or a little bit above 2019 numbers. So we're very excited to see that. Obviously, Black Friday, if you were anywhere near the mall on Black Friday, it was a zoo. Same with Tanger. So we're very excited to see people out and engaging again. Also very excited to see if you haven't gotten a chance to check out the Gogh Exhibit down there, we're excited for that. It's more of an activity-based destination on Polaris Parkway. So we're anxious to see what they're going to continue to do with that space going forward as well.
What's the time frame for that? When is that going to end?
February 6th, I believe, is the end of the Gogh
My
project.
birthday, that's
There, it's a great day to go. You want to catch that before they close it up. But we're hopeful that that will continue to be a kind of an art space, so it'll continue to be a destination, another destination on Polaris Parkway, along with all the other great things. But again, it drives more folks here into Delaware County. So
You said that the sales tax was up slightly?
yeah, over 19.
Is that Polaris area, Polaris Mall? How do you?
That's Polaris Mall specifically. We don't know about the areas.
Okay. How do you get those numbers? Because I didn't think we had the ability to get those numbers.
Well, that's coming. This proprietary is coming from them directly.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, so
Okay.
I don't necessarily have that number because I don't, that, like I said, it might get a little bit proprietary for them.
Okay.
But they can give us estimations.
We're talking mall proper, I assume.
Correct, yeah,
So yeah, I assume the mall is able to get numbers too.
right, absolutely, absolutely.
Okay.
So, yeah, so we're very excited to see that again, obviously, with the concerns about losing out to online retailing, things like that,
Sure.
that, you know, now we're seeing those folks return to the mall, they want to engage and be social, and the numbers are speaking to that, so we're very excited to see that. And Tamara Bauer, GM of Polaris Fashion Place, joined me today, just to meet everybody and if there's any additional questions, so. That was all for me.
That's all you got?
Short and sweet for today.
Oh,
I'll
okay.
let you off the hook, you know, let's write this one down. It is Christmas time, right?
Well, I was going to ask Tamara if she wanted to say anything. Do you have anything you'd like to add?
Thanks for the opportunity.
Introduce yourself for the record.
Sure, I'm Tamara Bauer, General Manager for Polaris Fashion Place. This campaign that happened in Q3 was fantastic for the property. I think it was the #1 driver for our website, that drove customers to our website, which is the first that's ever happened. We had an extremely successful Black Friday. We were over 100% parked. We took a drone up and looked at everything, and they were parking at Target and walking across the street. And we haven't seen that in years, so that's a really good indication. Sales are definitely up, obviously over 2020. But when we start to compare to 2019, we're looking at numbers that are above 2019 numbers for most. Like for an example, at 7 o'clock on Black Friday, Macy's had already met 19 numbers, and they were still open 5 more hours after that. So really, we're hearing a lot of good things from the retailers. We'll be circling back with a lot of those to get some more hard figures and some traffic numbers I should be getting this week too. But just from what we saw from going up with the drone, I mean, we had to park on the other side of Macy's, and so it's pretty incredible. But really appreciate the partnership and being able to drive traffic to the property and to be able to have these businesses succeed. Really important. We're trying to get entrepreneurs there, trying to get them started and nurture them into becoming permanent tenants. And that's happened already in a couple cases recently. So we're excited about that. And expansion, like Cohatch expanding to another 13,000 square feet. So they're going to operate, they're going to have a whole entire building to themselves. And so those kind of things really tell such a successful story. So really appreciate it.
The business that replaced the Sears store?
Yes, Fieldhouse.
I'm sorry, what?
Fieldhouse USA.
Yeah, Fieldhouse USA. How is that doing?
So they're doing well, but I think they could do better. So we're working with their CEO now, from our director of real estate to their CEO, to kind of just tweak some things on hours and things like that to take opportunity of the traffic that's coming into the property. Like that, you'll see if you're there that they're kind of empty during the day, and then they start to pick up in the evening. It's because they don't open until 4 or 2 or whatever they do. So I think they're missing an opportunity. So we're, again, like with any retailer, we deal head on with that. We go straight to the top and we make those tweaks as necessary to try to make sure that they're successful.
Mhm.
But their tournaments, they're literally booked for tournaments 3 months in advance.
Wow.
Every weekend,
Great.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday,
Yeah.
so.
I remember being fascinated by the traffic they expected to generate. The
Yes.
number of visitors was just phenomenal.
Yes.
Over 1 million a year.
And I think they could go way past that if
Yeah.
we work with them on like open play times and things like that they could do at Fieldhouse.
That's great. The extension of Lyra Drive and the roundabout that is going to be hopefully completed next summer.
Right.
Your thoughts on that? It's got to help.
I think it'll definitely drive traffic from that residential area. You know, I work closely with Franz, so we sit on the PDRC together, but he's expecting it to drive traffic to the Polaris area incredibly.
Okay.
Yeah, we're excited about that.
Yeah, I know we've committed some funding. City of Columbus has funded. I mean, there's, again, recognizing that it should help.
Yes,
So it's good to see.
yes, absolutely. And we have, you know, some other development plans in action and some new tenants coming in. Can't announce them yet, but they're not fully executed. But we do have several coming in. So Shake Shack just opened Monday.
Oh, really? Where are they?
So they're on the Polaris side, on the Ring Road.
Okay. Okay. I have to make a visit there.
Yeah.
What are the holiday store hours?
So this is a different kind of a year. So we have many stores that are running kind of their own hours
Oh, are they?
due
Okay.
to staffing. So I'm sure we're all aware of the staffing issues across the state, across the country, really.
Okay.
So our hours are 10 to 9 during the week, and then on weekends they extend. The week before Christmas, we extend.
Okay.
Our Sundays are extended by an hour right now. So we're trying to be conservative a little bit with that, just because some of the businesses, I think we had about 35 close an hour early.
Oh.
And so from a guest experience perspective, they come and they see the door shut, and so we're trying to manage that, like from our website, you know, we say, please call ahead your favorite store before you come. But the
Okay.
mall is open these hours.
Okay.
And we try to encourage them, but it's to a point where they only have so much staffing. So we want them to be
That's-
successful, and we're working
And not
with
burn
them.
out between now and
Yep.
Sure,
Right.
sure.
The-
Have they had problems, some stores with staffing? Is that, you know?
Almost all of them,
Okay, almost all of them.
Mhm.
That's what I was afraid of, yeah.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you for your leadership on that. It's really
Yes.
important that the mall thrive and, you know, be creative and innovative, and that's what you're doing, so.
Yes, try our
Congrats.
best.
Yeah.
And you know, being able to drive traffic through a campaign like this, like when we had the influencer come and everything, those tenants directly felt that. They were so appreciative, and their business boosted because of it. When we have, I mean, let's face it, it's not really my thing to be able to watch like an influencer, and I don't get influenced by it, but the younger people do, and it drives traffic, for sure.
Great.
I'd just like to say, I think the promotion that we participated in, really 2 comments. One is, I think this helps generate sales dollars for the benefit of all the projects and programs that we do in the county. And number two, this is not just Polaris, this is promoting Delaware, the whole county, and obviously Polaris is a huge part of that.
Right.
So I think it's important that we recognize the importance of all of retailers in our county. And, but then, of course, the role that Polaris plays is very important in the process.
Absolutely. And like with the different developers, you know, I'm friends, colleagues with all of them in the area. We meet regularly, we talk about what we can do, how can we boost, we share information and ideas, and so it's really a great collaborative effort.
Very good. Thank you for being with us today.
Yeah,
Sure.
thanks for
Thank you for
coming.
the opportunity.
Thank you very much.
Tim, I want to say this is one of the shortest presentations. We were expecting, what's next? And so it's a good thing, but it's kind of unusual, so.
Well, I wanted to, yeah, if Tamara, you had any questions for Tamara, I wanted to be able to make sure we could, you know, entertain
Yeah.
those. And all the information we talked about today is in the packet of information I
right.
gave you. And we will be getting, we showed you the tourism economic report for 2020. And compared, it will be interesting to compare and contrast to 2021 and see just literally how much we have recovered, because that will be a broader spectrum. It won't be just one place, but the entire county. So we should be getting that April, May of '22, and I'll certainly be up to share that with you. And that may be a longer presentation, I'll just warn you.
Well,
in
the
advance.
sales
Oh,
tax,
that's right, that's all right.
and the
That's
sales
all right.
tax numbers will tell us a lot. They're always 4 months behind, but.
Right,
Right.
right, exactly. Yeah, we're basing what we're seeing now just on store sales, so, but yeah, from what we can see, it's been good, so.
No, question for you on an unrelated topic, the Ag Center. I know you're working with the fairgrounds to,
Yes.
you know, to hire someone to provide the rental activities and management of that.
Right.
So how are you coming on that?
As far as I know, the CVB board and the fair board have both approved this on a board level. We're just waiting for guidance on funding from, if that's through ARPA funds or what have you. We're just waiting on guidance from that to see where we go from here. But we have everything else is laid out and we're ready to go.
Good.
So, yeah, we're looking forward to being able to market the new facility as obviously a convention meeting destination as
Sure.
well as just for events for the fair, obviously.
Right. What do you, who do you need to work with to get the funding squared away?
Well, I mean, obviously, we were working on that with Mike before he left, and
So
I'll
maybe-
probably reach out to Tracy and see
Tracy.
where we can pick things up. And it's, welcome Tracy, by the way. Not trying to get you volunteered for more things already. But yeah, reach out to Tracy and see if we can get that
Okay.
ball rolling again now that she's here. She's been here for 3 days now, right? It's good.
Yeah. No problem.
No problem, right?
All right, thanks, Tim.
Yep, absolutely.
Let's go ahead and do it. Okay, thank you very much, Tim. With that, I believe we'll continue the agenda. I believe we have Dean Seltzer.
Yes. Item number 9, resolution number 21-1171, and the matter of approving a lease amendment for secure storage facilities.
Dean Stelzer, Delaware County Sheriff's
Is
Office.
there a motion?
I'll move it.
Second.
Motion made in second, discussion. Continue.
Dean Stelzer, Delaware County Sheriff's Office. Wait too soon. This is a renewal of the lease the Sheriff's Department utilizes for a lot of their property storage and evidence. Still contingent on getting a new facility, but looks like we'll be there all of 2022. It's a good, better information about the new facility. We'll make sure we keep the landlord aware that we intend to terminate these leases once we get the new facility open. So,
Okay.
entertain any questions?
Questions or comments? Vote.
Nope.
Vote on motion 21-1171. Mrs. Lewis? Mrs. Lewis?
Aye. Thank you.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Resolution number 21-1172, in the matter of approving agreements between the Delaware County Board of Commissioners and Bound Tree for inventory management licenses for emergency medical services.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded, discussion.
Good morning, Commissioners. Eric Burgess, Assistant Chief EMS. This resolution is a a renewal plus an amendment to our inventory management system that we utilize to track our, our medications, our medical supplies, our pharmaceuticals. We're going to add a couple of modules to this that helps us with some different fleet things and just some different modules we're going to add to this to help us streamline more of our processes. So we would recommend approval at this time.
Any other questions or comments? Vote.
Vote on motion 21-1172. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Resolution number 21-1173. Resolution of necessity for purchase of motor vehicles for the use of the Delaware County Emergency Medical Services Department.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made in second, discussion.
This resolution is for the purchase of 2 ambulances for EMS. We've gotten word recently that there's going to be a pretty significant price increase in 2022 for the ambulances, and we'd like to get ahead of that. These 2 ambulances, if we purchase them now, most likely we won't get them until 2023 because the 2 that we purchased last February, they're telling us is going to be the middle of next summer. So we're just trying to get ahead of those price increases and not get behind, with the mileage building up on our trucks.
So you can lock in the price today,
Yep.
even though the delivery won't be for
Absolutely,
a year
yes.
plus? Okay,
Any
good,
questions?
good idea.
Any other questions or comments?
No.
Vote.
Vote on motion 21-1173. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thanks, sir.
Resolution number 21-1174, in the matter of approving an agreement with Outsider Entertainment LLC for digital content capture services.
So moved.
Second?
Motion made in second, discussion.
Good morning, Commissioners. Jane Hawes, Director of Communications. We have before you the final agreement ready for your approval with Outsider Entertainment for our video production services, and we're very excited to come to terms with them and continue our work with them. They've been fantastic. I'm looking forward to creating more great videos with them.
Questions or comments? Vote.
Vote on motion 21-1174. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
We do have an item for other business. We could take care of it now if you'd like. Resolution number 21-1175, in the matter of reappointing and appointing members to the Delaware County Finance Authority Board of Directors.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made in second, discussion.
All right, and this one, it's that time of year when things come up at the last minute. We have, for the Finance Authority, recommending reappointing Kent Schaefer and appointing Mike Fromer to the 2 seats whose terms end on December 31st. So these new terms would begin on January 1st.
Questions or comments? Vote.
Vote on motion 21-1175. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
And another item for other business, resolution number 21-1176, in the matter of approving a proclamation honoring William A. Andy Thompson, Thompson Township trustee.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made in second, discussion.
This is one that came, a request from the trustees and fiscal officer in Thompson Township. Trustee Thompson is retiring after 52 years of continuous service as a township trustee, the longest ever to serve in the state. And Commissioner Benton will be bringing this proclamation to a special ceremony on Saturday to present to him on behalf of you. So I think if you want to read the proclamation, I mean,
I'm
some of
going
the
to read it 'cause I
details,
think
yeah, are
having served for
amazing.
52
52
years,
years.
that by itself is worthy of the public service. So
Oh, yeah.
I will read it, and Commissioner Benton will be at the event, I believe it's
Right.
Saturday. and that's-
Saturday, right?
Yeah. So, still with your comments?
Yeah, I'm concluded, yes.
I didn't want to cut you
Yeah,
off.
the details are great.
This is really an honor to read this, and I wanted to make sure that we did read it today. And it's stated in here, but as we've just alluded to, 52 years of service to this township and this county is tremendous. And with that, whereas the Commissioners of Delaware County, Ohio, wish to recognize and extend their gratitude to William A. Andy Thompson for his years of public service to the citizens of Thompson Township, Delaware County, and the Central Ohio region. And whereas Andy Thompson was first elected a trustee of Thompson Township in 1970 and has since served 13 consecutive terms of office for a total of 52 years. making him the longest-serving trustee in the state of Ohio. But that's unbelievable. And whereas Andy Thompson, a resident of the township since 1943 and a graduate of Radnor High School, has served the residents of Thompson Township along with 8 other trustees, 4 fiscal officers, 6 cemetery sextons, and 8 snowplow drivers. And I'm gonna guess somewhere in there, he may have driven a snowplow.
Yeah, it probably was one of those.
So, whereas Andy Thompson has been instrumental in efforts to build a new township hall and a Veterans Memorial, to replace 2 single-lane bridges with 2-lane bridges, and to obtain the funding necessary to widen township roads and purchase a snowplow and tractor for mowing. And whereas Andy Thompson and his wife Ruby have raised their 4 sons in Thompson Township and now preside over a family that includes 5 grandchildren and 3 great-grandchildren. Therefore, be it resolved that the Delaware County Board of Commissioners hereby honors and expresses its gratitude to William A. Andy Thompson for his dedication, commitment, and years of outstanding service to the people of Thompson Township and Delaware County. Signed by Commissioner Jeff Benton, Commissioner Barb Lewis, and Commissioner Gary Merrill. And Andy, we thank you very much for your service. Anybody wants to add anything?
Sure. Well, being a former trustee, one thing I didn't do, which was really good, is I never drove a snowplow.
And I think we all think that's a good thing.
Yes, yeah. Well, we had some complaints about mailboxes, unfortunately, in snow and all this stuff, but yeah, at least it wasn't me. So, but anyway, I just really want to congratulate Andy, because township trustees do so much that people don't even realize to help those in their community. And so for him to do this over 52 years is such an accomplishment. And just can't say enough about him and thank him for his service.
And Commissioner Benton, I know you're going to be in the honor of being there, so should you have some comments?
Yeah, nothing really a whole lot to add. The proclamation is very well written and kind of highlights a lot of fun facts and interesting things that Andy's done. And so I'm really looking forward to attending the ceremony on Saturday and presenting the proclamation.
And I'm sure you'll extend our appreciation as well.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And this is streamed, so hopefully he'll listen.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You need to
Thank
vote.
you.
Now, we do need to vote on that.
Vote on motion 21-1176. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Okay. With that brings us to,
Reports, yeah. I'm going to
Reports?
add, would you just add that to it, Jeff?
I will.
Yeah.
With that brings us to reports, and our county administrator, do you have anything to share with us today?
Good morning. Just been learning a lot and meeting with a lot of people, and I appreciate everybody's kindness and willingness to work with me and really digging into the budget and learning about the 2022 budget. So thank you all for your support.
And I know it's probably been an interesting first week.
It has. It's, but I've enjoyed every minute of it, so it's been great.
Very good. Commissioner Benton?
Just a couple other things. We do have a reception tonight
That's right.
for the public and the community to meet Tracy and say hi. And it's going to be at the Ag Center from 5 to 7. And so I think and we've got a whole bunch, we got 100 and some people signed up already, and I'm sure there'll be others that didn't sign up that'll show up. But again, great to have Tracy come and have so many people in the community interested in meeting her and developing a relationship. We had DKMM Tuesday, and that was interesting because the meeting was in Mount Gilead and I went to Mount Vernon. So I was.
That's reassuring to the citizens of our county. But you did show up.
I did make it. There were 2 meetings. I made it to the second one, so yeah, it was partially successful. Got MORPC Executive Committee this afternoon at 1:30 in Columbus. I'll be going to that. Then an ED 411 virtual meeting tomorrow morning. So that's it.
Okay. Commissioner Lewis.
And I attended Guardians for the Good Luncheon, and we had nominated United Way to receive that award, and they were one of the awardees. And it was a very moving luncheon, and Lawrence Funderburk spoke, and I had never.
He does a good job.
Oh my gosh, he was fabulous, telling
Yeah.
about his upbringing, and which was in the Bottoms, in Bottoms part of Columbus there, and it's a tough neighborhood, and but he was very, very inspiring, and he kept the audience riveted during his whole presentation. Had a lot of good stories too. So, but Helpline does such a wonderful job, and so does United Way. And it was great of Helpline to recognize not only United Way, but some other individuals and organizations. And United Way thanked us for our resolution in which we recommended them. And that's it.
And Sue Hanson sent a very nice note to the commissioners. Commissioner Benton and I weren't able to attend because we were at
We
another
were
meeting.
traveling.
He was traveling between.
He was
work.
traveling.
Driving around northern
And,
Central
but she
Ohio.
was very appreciative of what has been done by the county and our residents, and how they've been very supportive, and she was very appreciative of the fact you were able to attend, and
Thank
we
you.
can't be in two places at one time,
That's right.
unfortunately.
It's good
With-
there are three of us then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With that, I do understand we have need for executive.
We do. Resolution number 21-1177, in the matter of adjourning into executive session for consideration of appointment, employment, compensation of a public employee or public official for collective bargaining.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made in second, discussion, vote.
Vote on motion 21-1177. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Very good.